Hi, welcome to Kelly's Creative Stamping. This is Kelly, and I'm in my studio a little late tonight. I can't sleep. For some reason, mail.com has locked me out of my author account, and so it's making sleep a little difficult. I had uploaded my July Junk Journal Challenge journal to Facebook and realized that only 3 minutes of the video recorded, so I'm here to do another recording of it and see what we can do. One of the things was that we had a specific list we were supposed to work with. A book, a composition book, 2 file folders, scrapbook pad, piece of fabric, 2 rolls of washi, 3 yards of lace, 3 yards of trim or ribbon, 6 postage stamps, 2 envelopes, a child or Christmas book, 6 assorted papers, and then we were supposed to use things from 2 list pads, napkins, decorative items, copy paper, and we could use digital kits. We could also add in guest checks, bulb pins, paper clips, charms, beads, straight pins, erasers, washers, and wire. Now this was for us to form a kit to work from. Well, once I got an idea for what I wanted to use my junk journal for, I strayed from the basic kit a little bit. So let me show you here first what I started with. I found these 2 books. I'm going to turn this sideways so you can see just how big it is. I started with this book and the book on Peter Pan, and they were this size. This was the children's book that I started with. And then as I pulled out and saw the Peter Pan, I realized that this was going to be a journal where I would keep childhood memories in. So that's where I went with. I cut Peter Pan down. This is about 8 by 10, I think is what it came off being down to. And I totally gutted it, and then I used, I think the spine came out to be 1.5 inches. And when I put it back together and I did a blind stitch for the signatures so that I could cover this up, and I added back in the spine from the original Peter Pan book. And I've used a lot of the pages from Peter Pan. I brought in this pink lace to go with his jammies. And then I just started. Some of my signatures are from the book. I've got other note papers, pads. The scrapbook pad we were to use, instead of pulling from one scrapbook pad because I wanted papers that would match my memories that I'm going to put in here, I pulled from Storytime, which is a retired Stampin' Up! Set, as well as a couple other things. There's some Christmas pads in here that were all part of Stampin' Up! This was one that I just had laying on the work table, and it blended well with the greens. Used some dot matrix printer paper. I'm not sure I've got any composition paper in here at all. So let's do a quick flip through from the beginning. I kept the title page from the book. And then I just started adding in some things. I've got a couple of these that were from a punch out, and I will use those in here. In fact, there's an image in here of a report card that is from Storytime collection, but I will probably go in and put in one of my own report cards that I have. And then my basis for all of my journaling cards were these alphabet cards. I got this deck at Goodwill several years ago, or several months ago rather, and I used a elementary writing tablet that I got from Dollar Tree, and I just formed a booklet for journaling on the back of them. And if I knew what I wanted, the story I wanted to put with this card, then I put a post-it note in here to remind me what story I wanted to put on that card. There's another one here. I thought the sailor went well with the pirate page. The apple. letter Y. And they're not in alphabetical order because I put them according to what I thought they went with the pages. This is a clip that I used, and I made, used one of the bulb pins and made a page dangle. And this also has a flip and a tuck, so I can tuck that in there. Some of the Christmas paper that I told you I used. This packet, Wendy, is actually a tuck spot. I didn't seal the bottom because I wasn't sure what I was putting in there yet. I used Peter Pan, cut him out, and turned him into a cross belly band. My witchy page, this was from our Halloween collection from last year. The name escapes me, I'm sorry. It's almost midnight here. But there was a witch card for W, so I tucked that in there. And most all the cards, I tried to put a pull tab on all of them. And then this is a belly band. Pocket there, but not on this side, but on his side there's a pocket. I wanted to make sure I included this deer paper in somewhere in here because one of the very first movies I ever went to at a theater, I was about 5. I went saw Bambi when it came out. This is a double belly band. The music paper went good with the violin and Pan playing the pan flute. Ice cream, kind of went with the splatters in the sun. This red tulle, sparkly tulle. There's a story that I'll be telling about dresses that our mom made for my middle sister and I. And I've got the picture and I want to put it in the journal. And I thought we looked foxy, so I put that in here. More of the school pad paper. Lots of room in here to journal. I thought the eye with the Indian went good on this page with the Indians from the Lost Boys. And here it will be a birthday page. My sister will be able to tell you about the birthday party that I had when I was 5 and how I went around the neighborhood inviting everybody who wanted to come for cake and ice cream. And so I've got this from, it's another Stampin' Up! Collection from 2 years ago that's retired. So I left plenty of room to add stuff. Here's a couple of my envelopes. I've not decorated them yet. Wasn't sure what would go in here, so I didn't cover the envelopes. This is an envelope that's got a pocket in here, and then it flips out to show that. Tank here, and I put the little blue pull tab on this one and the charms to match Tank a little bit. Don't know as the ox matches Tank, but everything else does. And then there's this one with a tuck here. An iron. I still use the iron that I learned to iron with when I was 9. Tells you how good they used to make products compared to now. And so I'll tell the story and include the picture there. I did one tuck here on the Wonderful World, and then I've got another envelope there to fix. This one is one of the report cards, and then I'll probably will include my actual report card and a picture, grade school picture there. Nurse picture and the ice cream of when I had my tonsils out when I was 6. And then I used a guest check here for this to tuck in behind this corner pocket here. I've got a double pocket here on this one. And this writing paper is from the Storytime paper kit from Stampin' Up! And I had a cat named Midnight when I was a little girl, so I have my black cat and the black bling. And I did not glue the top part of this down, so if I wanted to tuck something in behind there, I could. And this just folds out. And then there's a little bit of a lip there that tucks into. And we're in the last signature. I did 3 signatures. Queen, when I was little, I used to watch Queen for a Day. I thought the seahorse and the coloring page from Stampin' Up! Went good for Turtle. And another dangle. This one flips out. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I haven't decided yet. And then there's the back page. So there's the book. I did do a tassel, and I made a, not sure why this bead is so long. I think I've got to pull it back through here. It got caught on something a while ago, so I think it needs to get tangled back up. But I've got the reds, or the greens and the blues here. I made some paper beads from the book page, and then I made a fairy dust bottle to hang on the outside. And then I've got the items to include in it that were part of the challenge pieces that we did. This was from one of the challenges that required us to do 6 items from book pages. And so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then these all have pullouts. And I used some of the Storytime paper for these. And then I think this was my other one for that challenge, and I did a flip out, and then I've got another one of my cards in here. It seems stuck in the glue. And so I'm just not sure where they are going to go in the book yet. So I've got those. Another tag. The one with the napkin that we had to do. And the guest check. And the war sheet. And these items I made at the hotel after I had dropped the girls back off. I've got this one, got Valentine, and then this one. So those were all items for my July junk journal from a kit that I did. And hopefully this recording is going to hold up a whole lot better than the first one I did. I hope you enjoyed this journal flip through. If you like seeing the journal flip throughs, please like this video so that I know to keep doing more, maybe even outside of other challenges. Please subscribe to my channel, and if you want to make sure that you don't miss any of my other journal projects that I'm doing, please click the little bell for notifications. Thanks for joining me this evening. Have a great rest of your week, and creative blessings.